So what's up, man? We're the Ceiba band from Reedley, California. Poet came out here and checked out one of our practices, and yeah, we just had a show last weekend at the Wake House. So this weekend we went back to the lab, man, and we just finished up practice here at my place. And we got some guys who scattered, but we still got a lot of guys here. So
I'm gonna play the drums.
Yep.
Luis play hand percussions and vocals.
Omar plays bass.
Tanner, I play the saxophone.
From the beginning, we've been trying to get this together for the longest time. So we started really early. It was like what, 5 years ago, 6 years ago?
4. I say 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 years. Okay, 4 years ago.
Most, yeah.
With you.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking before that with like Walt and them.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this particular group started 4 years ago.
In Mike's shop.
Mike's shop in Selma. We all got together. We wanted to play. Me and Omar actually used to work together. So I was like trying to get this guy, like trying to rope him in, because I knew he played with Irie Son, and I've seen them play before. So I was like, I know this guy knows how to play, knows how to hold it down in reggae. So for the longest time, I was like trying to tell him, hey man, let's practice playing, let's jam. And then finally, we got together and we started jamming with like a whole different other group. And then, we knew these guys from just the scene. Tanner used to play with Irie Son back in the day. Lewis hit me up through Julio, our keyboard player. And he was like, hey man, I'm in the Valley now. Like, you just moved here, right?
Yeah.
Because he's from San Diego.
Yeah, I'm from here, but I was in San Diego for 20 years.
Here, San Diego, and came back. But when he came back, he was looking for people to play reggae with, and for some reason, he met our keyboard player, and he linked up with me, and then we started getting together. We had a different drummer, and then some way we lost that drummer, and we linked up with Jaime, and we've just been. It's been literally like 4 years of trying to get it going, and. At the Wake House last weekend was like our second show ever playing together. But we've been playing together for like 4 years. So, we've been practicing, but we haven't had a consistent lineup. Now we do. We have like, I think this has been the most consistent lineup. And, all the guys know what they're doing and have played this music before. So I feel like right now we got some momentum going. And, we finally got some consistency. Our original stuff, Lewis will come to us with some lyrics and some ideas, and then we'll kind of just play some rhythms and kind of go through some structure, and then next thing you know, we have a song, and then from that point we kind of have a general foundation, and we just start adding stuff to it. But Lewis comes with all of the lyrics and the ideas in terms of like vocals and stuff. So we just start.
And usually it's acoustic, more kind of like singer-songwriter style, not necessarily reggae. And then I bring it forth, I play it for these guys, and they kind of turn it into this big, beautiful songs. They add bass lines. They make it more complex, a lot more musical. It's pretty cool.
So January-ish of 2020, we played a show
I think it was 20th.
together at Full Circle in Fresno, but we played Lewis couldn't make it, so we played covers. But that's part of our shtick. So we like playing cover music. So we played that gig, and then we played this gig at the Wake House. Same thing, cover show. So we haven't really played any original music in front of people, so we're still waiting for that opportunity. But we got some stuff lined up, hopefully pretty soon, now that everything's opening up. But you got some sneak peek, some sneak previews. So you're the first one, I guess, to hear it.
Sweet. That is dope. And I'm glad to end up being a part of it.
Reggae just called to me since I was since I was an adolescent, and then when I started playing guitar, I kind of naturally started writing songs to that skank rhythm, you know. And when I finally built up enough courage to join a band, the first band I joined was a reggae band. Honestly, that's really the only genre of music that I could really see myself like playing in a band with, you know.
Yes.
So, I love all types of
Like
genres of music, but that's how I fell into reggae. You know, just I think the heavy bass line and the roots, spiritual lyrics, for me it makes me move. You know.
So that's a connection. You just whatever connection you have, like just write it. And that's what we're doing. I think all of us, we all come from like I used to listen to like fucking like death metal and shit, like stuff hardcore like symphonic black metal and shit, like but reggae music is just, I'm like, yo, this is, it's easy to listen to, like you can do anything to it, like you walk around, like you do chores, you can do anything to reggae. It's there.
I think one thing that connected all of us though was the Latin influence in the reggae though. I think for us we connect more with it because because we're Latinos and we're not
it's rhythm.
Yeah,
We feel the rhythm.
So we feel musically as musicians. I think we all kind of just love and connect with reggae. And then when you talk influence, we have our genre of music that we love, and then you talk influence, which is Latin and our culture and our heritage. That kind of intertwines with the love of reggae that we have, and that's the kind of music that we make. That's the kind of original music that we make. It's like Latin influenced, original music, but it has that reggae foundation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember when I was younger, my dad listening to, I believe it was Radio Bilingüe, and they would have reggae night or reggae hour or something like that.
91.5.
And he was the one that was showing me when I was younger. And so it stuck. And he showed me all kinds of music, man. My dad was really, really my biggest inspiration in music. Everything.
Yeah. Now for me, I was like Omar. I used to listen to like punk rock and post-hardcore and stuff like in high school because that was the scene, like when I was in high school, that was the scene. But then it was actually the Bad Brains that got me into roots reggae because I knew kind of like reggae. I knew Bob Marley and stuff.
Did you listen to like Sublime?
Sublime and because I was into the punk stuff and they would do like songs from the Descendants and and that's what I liked at that time. And then I think Sublime kind of that kind of style. But what I'm saying is when I really got into roots, when I heard the Bad Brains, because I was really into them for their stuff from like their early thrash music, and then they put on this like reggae music, but it's super rootsy, like I and I Survive and stuff, and it was like super rootsy. So when I heard that, I was like, what the hell? And then I started getting into dub, and then I started getting into roots reggae, but it kind of all started there. And then, I'm 31, and I feel like I found in reggae, in Latin influenced reggae, and in just reggae in general, I feel like I found that kind of everything, like that genre that I can kind of connect with and call it like that's the music I want to play. Like I know for sure that's the music I want to play. So it kind of has everything. But oh man,
when did you start playing?
Hit me in the gut. So at least me, when I was a kid, I grew up with my grandparents, and my grandpa was actually the one who played guitar in the house. My dad played guitar, but he would see me every now and then. But my grandpa had a guitar in the house. And I remember I had a buddy in high school where just this summer, it was kind of just a random thing. This summer we decided we were going from 8th grade to high school. And my grandpa, he would always play like, I guess you can call it norteña, but he would sing by himself, and I would be like, man, that's really cool. So I would take his guitar, and the first song I ever learned was Chop Suey. By System of a Down. And then I looked up tabs, and then from there, you just kind of blast. Yeah, you just kind of blast off. But I would say, my dad and my grandpa, those are the two reasons that I picked up the guitar, because there was always a guitar in the house, so I just kind of just attached to it, you know. It's funny because one time my dad brought a guitar to the house for my older brother, and my older brother was like into rap music and stuff. So he got him a guitar, but it was lefty because my brother's a left-handed.
I'm a lefty as well.
Yeah,
that's how I know the feeling.
And he gave him the guitar, and my brother kind of just put it aside, and out of nowhere I just grabbed it and I'm kind of playing it, but it's lefty, but I'm still learning it, lefty. And I remember my dad came to see us one time, and I showed him, I'm like, hey Dad, check this out. And he was like, oh damn, like what the heck? So then he restrung it to right-handed, and that was another guitar that I had. That was my second guitar, acoustic guitar. So yeah, my dad, and my my grandpa. I mean, you go, and you got to take as long as I did.
Oh man, yeah. For me, it was I've always had a drum kit at the house growing up. My dad was always a musician, so I grew up at his band rehearsals playing. While they were out here doing what we're doing here, I'd be inside making noise, and it just stuck. That's pretty much it. Drums, yeah. Luis?
Yeah, for me, when I was growing up, my dad had a old Spanish guitar. Nobody played in my family, but it was there. It had like 1 or 2 or 3 strings on it. I would mess around with it, and then in high school, that's when I started kind of writing stuff out, kind of like poetry and just ideas that were in my head, and I started writing them out and thinking about them. And so I naturally gravitated to a guitar in order to start accompanying the vocals, you know. And then I didn't start playing guitar till I was maybe 17 years old, and I couldn't put the guitar down. I mean, for like 5 years straight, I played it every day for hours. And
Fall asleep with it.
And mostly it was rhythm in order to sing along with it, you know.
I started playing around 15, 16. And after high school, I started playing with Julio and Alex. Alex is my best friend, and we started Ivyson. And we've been playing for a long time. And there's 3 guitars. And so somebody had to play bass, and that was me. And I just fell in love with it. I just I made it to my life, like, to listen to reggae music and just you dive into it, you know. No looking back. Like if you never listen to another genre of music again, it's okay, because you have reggae. And so that's what I made it. And you know, you learn. I learned from my ear. So you just pick up shit and start playing with people, and people better than you. That's for me. That's made me a better musician. Playing with people better than me, like George, Alex, Blake, Tanner. Tanner is the fucking guy. He is like the ultimate, like, goddamn.
Grammy Award winning.
Future. But yeah, that's
Nobel
been my
Prize winning.
my music career is
That's even better.
locally playing with my friends.
Yeah, so when I was little, like kindergarten age, I used to stay with my grandma when my parents were at work, and she had like this cabinet with a bunch of like family stuff in it. One of those things was an old harmonica that my great grandfather had, and like she would let me mess around with it and stuff when I was real little. She would always have me and my brother doing arts and crafts, and my brother ended up going into like video game art, so he's an artist for like video games and stuff like that. I ended up going the music route, and when I got to elementary school, for some reason I chose to play the clarinet. Played the clarinet for a couple years. I played bass clarinet, then I switched to saxophone. And in high school I played saxophone, then ended up picking up clarinet and flute up again. Ended up deciding to do my degree in music. Did a year at Cal State Northridge. Ended up not working out. I was like 18. Didn't know how to get to class on time and stuff like that. So ended up going to College of Sequoias in Visalia. did a music degree there, and then transferred to Cal State Long Beach and finished my bachelor's of jazz studies down there. And yeah, so it's just been, saxophone's been everything. I'm starting my master's degree in jazz in next month.
So right now we're kind of independently recording an EP, and we're just looking to gig. Hopefully, hopefully the area stays open and we don't have to shut down again. But we're just looking to gig, and like I said, make that EP and hopefully get our name out there and
Get some experience.
yeah. I mean, we've all kind of played in separate bands, and now we're playing together. But we we know what we can do, and I think for us, it's gonna happen either way. Like, we all have jobs and stuff, so for us, it's more of a passion. We're gonna play reggae. We're gonna play in a band, regardless of how far we go and what we do. We want to kind of make it a way that we can get something back from it, but at the same time, it's going to happen regardless. I think it's just a passion, and everybody here is kind of just obsessed with music and cursed in a way where it's like, we're going to be playing no matter what, regardless, so. But Fresno, Visalia, out of the area, we're looking to go to San Diego, SLO, Los Angeles. So we had to get our catalog ready, and now we have music to play. We have some sets to go through, and when people want music, depending on however long music they want, we got the music now, and now our plan is just to go out there and play it.